This year's from CBR. I've never heard of them. It's from pretty recently, I think about March 8th or 9th or something like that. They're reporting on a Collider article, and Collider's a pretty big movie site. So what they say is Johnny Depp's comeback film after defamation trial finally gets release date. They're talking about Gene DeBari. Now, I don't look at it as like a comeback for Johnny. I think a comeback would have to be in the same realm of Hollywood and things like that. I look at it as him moving on, kind of growing in a way, and it feels more independent. But if they want to consider it a comeback, all right, I guess so. It's not really negative or positive. I've kind of got mixed feelings on it. But anyway, let's see what they got. They say it's going to open in the US in 500 theaters on May 2nd, and that's pretty good. That's a lot of theaters there. I mean, considering how many there are in the country, I guess it's not that many, but seems like a nice start. They say it grossed 13.8 million so far, but it has a 22.4 million budget. I didn't know that. Just some straight numbers, okay? Those are the facts. It's going to keep climbing as it gets sold on DVD, on Blu-ray, on whatever. So let's hope it goes up. They give some details. It opened the Cannes Film Festival. They say it's a stunning piece of cinematic art showcasing Johnny Depp's return to the big screen. That's pretty nice. And this article here, all positive, gotta say. I wonder if they'll mention you know who. Gene DeBari garnered praise for Johnny Depp's acting. They do mention on Rotten Tomatoes that it got 49%, but who's counting? That site there, it's like when people need it to be on their side, they cite it. When it's against them, they say it's no good. So it's really kind of a non issue site. It just kind of changes with the wind how people feel about it. But looks like they do mention you know who. However, as fans of his ex-wife and fellow actor, Amber Heard voiced her outrage over the screening of this film. Depp and Heard were the subjects of a much publicized defamation trial in 2022. They're going to keep mentioning it. It might feel weird to us because we've been following it for so long. Some of us still are. It's kind of part of history. So it's going to be a mainstay in these articles, I think. I mean, you got to put the personal feelings aside and just recognize it was probably one of the biggest court cases ever in history. So it's not like it's just going to go away and people aren't going to talk about it. But I know some people feel like that's what's supposed to be happening. Once again, I got to go back to things like Michael Jackson, OJ Simpson, cases like that. They're long over, but no one's ever going to forget them. We've got some cases going on with the ex president. Don't like to get political, but it's a good example. Like him or hate him, agree or disagree, they'll be remembered forever. And then they say Johnny is known for his Captain Jack Sparrow roles, which we also knew very well. But they gotta, stretch it out and get some words in here so the article's not like a paragraph and a half. Then they mention his movie coming up with Al Pacino, which is good too. So there's not a ton to take away here, but what I do part of the time is I check out the mood in the air. I try to read the room. What's going on? Who's positive? Who's negative? And apparently, a report from Collider, who's generally negative towards things I like and things I believe in, is now positive towards Johnny, so that's a good thing. I was going to say it's negative they mentioned Amber, but as I explained, it's historical, so they're going to probably mention her forever along with his name, which is probably one reason she wanted to marry him or agreed to or whatever. Kind of like John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Unfortunately, their names are going to be attached pretty much forever now. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Good news about Johnny. Couldn't pass it up. See you next time.